friends. It's Mrs. Davis. Welcome into the happy place to grow where we are reading through the alphabet. We've decided the alphabet is very important both to our reading and to our writing skills. And these ABC order books are not just for beginners. They are advanced alphabet skills. They go in ABC order. They're non-fiction reads. You're going to be learning totally true facts. The authors have to be creative. They have to do research to go in ABC order on their topic and find each letter of the alphabet and connect it to what they're writing about. So that's a pretty amazing and definitely a work. I want to inspire you to learn with ABC order books and maybe even to want to write your own as you think of a topic that you'd like to know more about. So today's read is going to be a bit delicious and definitely interesting. So I'm here in my kitchen because this is all things eating the alphabet. Oh yeah, I've got some great foods and we're going to be inspired to learn more about fruits and vegetables from A to Z. So let's get started. I love the illustrations in this book because they're bright, colorful, and they inspire me to maybe want to try some new fruits and vegetables. This is a really cool introducing us to alphabetical order, fruits and vegetables. Eating the alphabet. I love that creative title too. Let's get started. Look at this. How cute is that? Okay, not only is the author the illustrator because there's only one name here. Look at this cute illustration. Bananas, blueberries, a cherry nose. I like to create foods that have interesting looks to them. All right, let's get started. Apple to zucchini, come and take a look. Start eating your way through this alphabet book. It's cute. There's A, of course. The first letter of the alphabet is A. Remember, we're going all things fruits and vegetables. Artichoke, A, artichoke, apricot, avocado, apple, asparagus. Which one of these have you tried? I've tried definitely apricots. I'm not a fan of avocados, but I have tried them. Definitely eat apples every day. Asparagus, I never had an artichoke. Should I try? What about you? Next letter of the alphabet, of course, is B. All things fruits and vegetables. We've got B for blueberry. I love blueberry. And Brussels sprouts. Beans and beets. My new favorite. I love to take beets, cut them into thin slices and put them in my air fryer. And I make beet chips. Crunchy, delicious, and healthy for me too. Broccoli, my absolute favorite vegetable. And then banana. Do you like bananas? What about broccoli? What's your favorite B, fruit or vegetable? Moving on to C, we've got currant. I don't think I've ever tried one. Have you? There's so many. Corn. Delicious. And cucumber. Cabbage. I'm a fan of red cabbage too. cherry, carrot, and cauliflower. I've got it all here. And I just didn't buy it for this book. I love to eat my fruits and vegetables in ABC order. D is for date and E for endive. I don't think I've ever tried endive. Should we give it a try? Eggplant, I have tried. I can say I'm not a super fan of it. I can eat it if that's all there was. Fig, very sweet fruit. Fruit bats love to fly down and eat figs. Gooseberry. Does that sound appetizing? I think they might be a little tart. Grapefruit. I love that citrusy tang. Grapes and huckleberry. Have you ever eaten a huckleberry pie? I haven't either. Indian corn, which I love to see. It's colorful. And usually around Thanksgiving time in the fall, you'll see these in the grocery store. Jalapeno is pepper. And then jicama. Jicama is like, I think like a sweet potato. It's similar. Or maybe in the turnip family. I have had a jicama. Even though it starts with a J, I do know it's pronounced that way. You know, I had trouble with the other alphabet book with the animals. And I may with the fruits and vegetables. Kumquat. I think those are sweet and delicious. Kiwi fruit. And kohlrabi, which I think is close to broccoli rabi. Interesting. I need to do a grocery store kohlrabi hunt. L is for leek, which is a type of onion, and lemon, tart and tangy. Lettuce and lime. Citrus. Do you like limes? Do you like lemons? Do you like lemon juice? When life hands you lemons, make lemonade. M, melon, mango, and nectarine. Summer is a great time to get a hold of nectarines. Okra, orange, and onion. Now here in the South, a lot of people like to fry okra. I'm not a super okra fan. It can be kind of slimy. You know, when you're thinking about fruits and vegetables, you have to pick what you love, but you have to be willing to try things too. Pineapple, delicious. Peach and pear. Papaya. Ooh. I'm thinking that I don't think I've ever tried a papaya. Plum, delicious little sweet things. Persimmon and pomegranate. Now I love to take the seeds and make different dishes. Those are a lot of pea fruits and vegetables, and the pea page continues. So when they were naming fruits and vegetables, pea came up a lot. Parsnip, potato, peas, peppers, different kinds of peppers. There's hot peppers. They say that in North Carolina that there's a farm that raises the hottest peppers of all. I think in the whole world. It used to be a ghost pepper, but now it's something different. They keep tweaking it. Why? I don't like hot peppers. But I do, however, like green peppers. And then pumpkin. Oh, the things you can make with pumpkin. And carbojack-o'-lantern. Q, quince, rutabaga, raspberry, and radish. I love raspberries, and sometimes when I taste a raspberry, it tastes like a flower smells. Well, you know, flowers do die and grow underneath them fruits and vegetables when the flower dies. I can taste a raspberry now. We've got rhubarb and radicchio. Now I have had radicchio. It's a little a little tart. Not tart, but not my favorite flavor. Swiss chard and spinach. Star fruit. Oh, I don't think I've ever had star fruit. It looks interesting. I guess when you cut it, it cuts out in shapes like when you slice it, it would shape like a star. Interesting. Strawberries, as we continue S. And then going on to T, tangerine, turnip, tomato. Do you say tomato? I might say tomato. Tomato. Okay, never mind. Moving on. Now, this is interesting. My first thought was one to say ugly, ugly fruit. And so it may be pronounced ugly, and it may be ugly fruit. I'm going to look that up. You know how things that you're reading, sometimes a name will come up, and you're like, and it kind of discourages you because you're like, I don't want to continue reading. Don't let an unusual spelling of a name, something you've never read, trip you up. Just keep moving on. Pronounce it the way that you think it might be. Keep reading. And then, like I do, I'll go back and I'll find out how it's pronounced. I'll type it into Google and I'll say pronunciation. And then I'm that much smarter. So don't let unusual spellings intimidate you. We can always grow and learn. Vegetable marrow. Vegetable marrow. I've never heard of that. Watercress. I have heard of that. And this sweetie. I love a watermelon. 24/7, 7 days a week. You can feed me watermelon. And the summer is a great time. Hey, you know, like I said, authors of alphabet books have a really interesting time as they're trying to think of fruits and vegetables, whatever the topic is, and follow ABC. So I wonder what they're going to do for that watermelon was W. That was easy. I wonder what they're going to do for X, Y, Z. Now, X is interesting. I've never, ever, 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 never, ever, ever, never have I ever heard of this. And I don't, again, know how to pronounce it, but I'm not going to let it stop me. I'm going to try to read it the best I can, and then you know what I'm going to do. Look it up. So, it's spelled with an X, and I'm going to say maybe the X might be silent. Igua, maybe? I don't know. I will find out. It's spelled Xigua. It looks similar to, and maybe it's a type of watermelon. I'm definitely going to research that. Hey, that's what these books are designed to do. They're designed to spark your curiosity, your interest. I want to go find out more about this guy right here. Y for yam and Z for zucchini, which I absolutely love. Hey, we went A to Z with our fruits and vegetables. To learn more about fruits and vegetables in this book, turn the page. Oh, I love that. Now, nonfiction books are really good to have one key feature, and that's called a glossary. This is, at the end of the book, glossary pages for you to go through. There's 3 pages, because there were a lot of fruits and vegetables. I'm going to look that last one up, that X one. Oh, I love it! Discovery! The glossary. I don't even have to go to Google. The glossary is going to tell me how to pronounce this fruit. It's a shigua. Really? Shigua? I would have never guessed that. The glossary is included for pronunciation. It tells me it's a fruit. And it says the shigua is a Chinese name for watermelon. So it is a watermelon. It's just the way the Chinese name it. How creative is that? The author had to really do research on that. The seeds are sometimes dried like pumpkin seeds and then cracked open and the center's eaten. Oh, that is so interesting. Wow. So any of those words that I was having a struggle with. Oh, let's go to the ugly fruit or the hugely. Oh, yeah, here it is. Hugely, hugely, hugely. Ugly sounds funnier though, doesn't it? The hugely fruit. The hugely fruit is thought to be native to the Far East and Jamaica. It grows on a tree and it is said to be a crossbreeding of a tangerine and a grapefruit. Jamaicans pronounce the name woogly. Oh, see, I'm learning so much from a glossary. Wow, amazing. Now, learners, readers, I want you to be inspired not only to eat the alphabet, but to read and learn and grow by reading alphabet books. And then you might even desire to become an author of an alphabet book and do your own research on your favorite nonfiction topic. Wow, this has been so fun. I've loved learning. I've loved thinking about all things fruits and vegetables. And this inspires me to try new foods, try new pronunciations, and enjoy some fresh veggies and fruits before the summer's over. Now, I want you to join me. Our next alphabet discovery book, be kind of a creepy one, the Skull alphabet book. I really am interested in this one because the author is going to show us skulls. Kind of giving you a little invitation, a little tease here to join me. And not going to tell us the name of the animal, just clues. And it's going to be like a guessing game. So join me for the Skull alphabet book as we read and guess, grow and learn and have fun with all things ABC. It's easy as ABC. All right. Well, I think I'm inspired to have a snack. So, as always, join me on the next great alphabet reading adventure, and I'll see you real soon.